Wealth is not first built in banks, vaults, or accounts. It is first built in the secret chambers of the mind. Your aura is the broadcasting station of your thoughts, and whether you know it or not, every waking hour you are sending signals into the world. These signals either attract fortune or repel it, and the difference lies in one great truth, the discipline of thought control. You cannot plant seeds of poverty in your mind and expect a harvest of prosperity. You cannot entertain fear all day and wonder why courage never visits you. You cannot dwell on scarcity and hope to attract abundance. The universe is exact. It does not give you what you wish for in words, but what you demand in thoughts. Your aura is simply the echo of your thinking. If your thoughts are weak, confused, and negative, your aura will repel opportunities. If your thoughts are strong, clear, and constructive, your aura will act like a magnet that wealth cannot resist. Most men are slaves to their thoughts. They let their minds wander into worry, envy, or doubt, never realizing that every such thought is programming their aura to block prosperity. It is like a man who pours poison into the well from which he must drink. Yet the wise man, the disciplined man, guards his thoughts with the same vigilance that a king guards his treasure. He knows that every thought is a seed, and he chooses only the seeds that will grow into the wealth he desires. To control your thoughts does not mean you will never face fear or doubt. It means that when fear knocks, you refuse to let it sit at your table. It means when doubt whispers, you drown it out with the voice of faith. Thought control is not suppression, it is direction. You choose the thoughts that serve you, and you reject the thoughts that sabotage you. By practice, your aura becomes steady, strong, and focused, projecting the frequency of abundance at all times. Think of the man who wakes each morning and says, "I am powerless. The world is against me, nothing ever works." His aura becomes a cloud of defeat, and everywhere he goes, people sense his lack of confidence. Opportunities pass him by, not because fate has abandoned him, but because his aura has already rejected prosperity. Contrast this with the man who wakes and says, "I am capable, I am worthy, I will create wealth today." His aura shines with expectancy. Doors open, people trust him, and circumstances bend in his favor. This is not luck, it is law. The discipline of thought control requires constant practice. You must train your mind like a soldier, ready to march in the direction of your vision. When a negative thought arises, command your mind to replace it instantly with a positive one. When fear says, "I cannot," make faith reply, "I will." When doubt says, "It is impossible," let persistence declare, "It shall be done." Over time, your aura becomes a fortress of prosperity, impenetrable to poverty. Never forget wealth begins with a single mastered thought. From thought comes vibration. From vibration comes attraction. And from attraction comes reality. Guard your thoughts, and you guard your destiny. Master your thoughts, and you master your wealth. Because the truth is simple. Your aura is nothing but the echo of your thinking. Control your thoughts, and you control the riches that life will bring to your door. Confidence is wealth before money arrives. It is success before success manifests. It is the invisible current that electrifies your aura and draws fortune, while the lack of it pushes opportunity away. Most men wait for external validation before they believe in themselves, but wealth is never attracted by hesitation. Wealth follows those whose aura radiates conviction. Think for a moment of two men standing at the same crossroad. One carries in his aura the weight of doubt, his shoulders bent, his eyes downcast, his voice trembling with uncertainty. He has talent, but he does not trust it. He has dreams, but he questions them. The world senses his hesitancy and passes him by. The second man may not be more talented, but he carries himself differently. His aura is alive with belief. His handshake is firm, his eyes unwavering, his words charged with certainty. He does not plead for opportunity. He commands it through his presence. Which man do you think wealth follows? Self-confidence is not arrogance. It does not shout to prove its worth. It speaks calmly, stands firmly, and radiates silently. True confidence is quiet power. It flows from within, built by discipline, knowledge, and persistence. The man of confidence has mastered himself, and because of that, others instinctively trust him. His aura whispers to the world, "Here is a man who will not bend to fear. Here is a man who believes. Here is a man who deserves reward." How is this energy cultivated? Not by chance, not by luck, but by training the mind daily. Confidence is born in solitude before it shines in public. Each time you choose courage over fear, your aura grows stronger. Each time you prepare diligently, your aura grows brighter. Each time you stand firm in the face of ridicule, your aura expands. Confidence is not given. It is built brick by brick, decision by decision. Understand this: wealth does not chase those who beg for it. It comes to those who walk as though it already belongs to them. When you believe in your own value, opportunities feel safe in your hands. People are drawn to the energy of certainty. Investors, partners, clients, all gravitate to the man whose aura projects faith in himself. They may not even understand why, but they sense it. Confidence is magnetic, doubt is repellent. Yet beware, false confidence cannot be sustained. Pretending without preparation will expose you, for the aura reveals what lies behind the mask. Real confidence is grounded in mastery. It is sharpened through work, fortified through knowledge, and proven through persistence. The aura of true confidence cannot be faked because it glows naturally. The man who radiates self-confidence is not only a magnet for wealth, he is also a source of strength for others. His energy inspires belief in those around him. His aura creates trust where there was hesitation, courage where there was fear. People rally to his vision not merely because of the plan he carries, but because of the energy he carries. Never forget this law: confidence is currency. It may not be printed on paper, but it spends like gold in the marketplace of life. Without it, even the best ideas die unheard. With it, even ordinary ideas can shake the world. So if you wish to train your aura to attract wealth, begin by building the energy of self-confidence. Walk with strength, think with certainty, act with courage. Believe so deeply in your own power that the world cannot help but believe in you too. For when your aura radiates confidence, wealth itself bends to your command. Every empire begins with a single thought. Every fortune, every achievement, every triumph of mankind can be traced back to the moment a man or woman decided to think differently. And every failure, every downfall, every poverty is also born in thought. Your aura, that invisible field that surrounds you, is nothing but the broadcast of your mind. To train your aura for wealth, you must first discipline your thoughts, for they are the seeds of all reality. The majority of men allow their minds to wander like untamed animals. They feed on doubt in the morning, worry at noon, and fear at night. Their thoughts drift from one weakness to another, and then they wonder why their lives remain empty of wealth. But understand this law: you cannot plant the seeds of poverty in your mind and expect the harvest of abundance. The soil of the mind is exact. It will give you precisely what you sow. A man's aura does not lie. If his inner life is cluttered with envy, resentment, and despair, his aura broadcasts that vibration, repelling opportunity. If his mind is filled with courage, faith, and determination, his aura hums with magnetism, pulling resources, people, and wealth into his orbit. Wealth listens not to words, but to thoughts. It moves toward the one who has mastered his inner dialogue. Thought control is not about suppressing ideas. It is about directing them. Just as a farmer does not allow weeds to choke his crops, you must not allow destructive thoughts to invade your mind. When fear arises, answer it with faith. When doubt whispers, silence it with certainty. When envy seeks entry, replace it with gratitude. In this way, you become the master gardener of your mind, and your aura begins to radiate prosperity. Let me illustrate. Picture two men of equal skill and equal opportunity. One says to himself daily, "I will never succeed. This world is too harsh. I am not enough." His aura grows heavy, dim, and weak. Even when chances appear, he hesitates, doubts, and retreats. The other man wakes each day declaring, "I am capable. I will succeed. Every challenge is fuel for my growth." His aura shines like a beacon. He takes bold action, inspires trust, and draws alliances. Within a few years, one man lives in scarcity. the other in abundance. What separated them? Not fate, not fortune, but the discipline of thought control. This discipline requires practice. No man becomes wealthy in mind overnight. It is a daily training, a conscious decision, a refusal to surrender control of the most precious resource you own. Your thinking. Begin by observing your thoughts as they arise. When a negative idea attempts to enter, challenge it, replace it, command it. Over time, your mind becomes a fortress, and your aura becomes unshakable. Your thoughts are builders. They construct the house you will live in tomorrow. If you think poverty, poverty will move in. If you think wealth, wealth will find its address in your life. Every invention, every empire, every fortune began in the silence of thought. Guard your silence. Guide your thinking. Discipline your mind. For the truth is eternal. Wealth begins in thought, lives in thought, and grows through thought. If you master your thinking, you master your aura. And if you master your aura, the world of riches will open its gates to you. Thought alone is powerful, but thought without emotion is like a lamp without electricity, present, yet powerless to illuminate. It is emotion that breathes life into thought, ignites desire, and transforms an idea into an unstoppable force. And of all emotions, enthusiasm is the spark that makes your aura glow with irresistible magnetism. If you wish to attract wealth, you must learn to kindle and sustain the fire of enthusiasm, for wealth follows the man whose aura radiates energy and passion. Consider the difference between two men who pursue the same goal. The first moves with dullness, his words heavy, his actions reluctant. He speaks of his dream as if it were a burden. His aura broadcasts boredom, and the world mirrors it back to him. The second man speaks with conviction, his eyes alight, his voice alive with energy. His aura crackles with vitality, and people feel it instantly. They are drawn to him not because he is wealthier or smarter, but because he burns with enthusiasm. The world responds to fire, not ashes. Enthusiasm is contagious. When you are enthusiastic about your vision, others cannot help but feel it. Investors sense it, partners are inspired by it, and customers are magnetized by it. Your aura becomes a torch that lights the path for others, and in turn, they follow your flame. Without enthusiasm, even the greatest ideas remain lifeless. With enthusiasm, even ordinary ideas can capture hearts, gather resources, and transform into fortune. But enthusiasm must be genuine. You cannot pretend to be passionate for long. The aura exposes pretenders. True enthusiasm is born from desire and belief. Desire for your vision and belief in its fulfillment. When you truly believe that your goal is worthy and achievable, enthusiasm flows naturally, and your aura becomes alive with a power that others feel even before you speak. How do you cultivate this energy? Begin by linking every action you take to your greater purpose. Remind yourself daily why your goal matters, not only to you but to others. Stir within you the vision of the life you are creating, the people you will help, the value you will deliver. Let that vision excite you until your heart races with anticipation. Then, carry that fire into every conversation, every task, every challenge. Over time, your aura will radiate such intensity that wealth will have no choice but to follow. Do not mistake enthusiasm for noise or empty cheer. Real enthusiasm is not frantic. It is steady, determined, and contagious. It shines in your eyes, it resonates in your voice, it lives in your actions. It makes others believe in you even before they understand your plan. Think of the great builders of wealth throughout history. They were not merely thinkers. They were men of burning emotion. Their ideas spread like wildfire because their enthusiasm gave life to their vision. People trusted them, invested in them, followed them, not because they had money to begin with, but because their aura radiated unstoppable passion. Enthusiasm also carries another power. It sustains you in the face of hardship. When defeat visits, the man without enthusiasm surrenders quickly, but the man whose aura is on fire presses forward. His energy refuels his persistence, and his passion blinds him to obstacles until they fall away. Enthusiasm turns problems into challenges, setbacks into stepping stones. It is not merely for others, it is the fuel that keeps you moving when the road is dark. Remember this, enthusiasm transforms thought into vibration, vibration into attraction, and attraction into wealth. Without it, your aura is dull and uninspiring. With it, your aura shines like a beacon, calling fortune from afar. So train yourself to live with enthusiasm. Speak with it, work with it, radiate it. For the man who moves with fire in his heart and light in his aura cannot be ignored by life, and cannot be denied by wealth. Your aura is not built in isolation. It is shaped, strengthened, or weakened by the company you keep. Every person you allow into your circle is either adding to your magnetism or draining it. Wealth gravitates toward clusters of energy, and those clusters are formed by association. If you wish to train your aura to attract riches, you must become ruthless in choosing who you walk beside. Man is influenced far more than he admits. Sit long enough with a complainer, and you will soon find your own speech filled with complaints. Share your time with the fearful, and their doubts will creep into your thoughts. Walk among the lazy, and your discipline will decay. The aura is porous. It absorbs the vibration of its environment. If you wish to radiate abundance, you must surround yourself with those whose energy is abundant. Think of a candle. Place it among the winds, and it flickers until it dies. Place it among other flames, and it grows stronger. Your aura works the same way. Keep company with small thinkers, and your flame will struggle. Keep company with dreamers, builders, and men of action, and your aura will blaze. The law is simple. Wealth follows networks of wealth. Ambition follows networks of ambition. Success follows networks of success. Not because fortune plays favorites, but because association amplifies vibration. When your aura mingles with higher energies, it rises. When it mingles with lower energies, it sinks. This does not mean you should abandon kindness or look down upon those who struggle, but it does mean you must guard your inner circle with vigilance. Who has your ear has your future. Every conversation is either watering your vision or poisoning it. Every friend is either encouraging your courage or feeding your fears. History proves this truth. The greatest achievements have always been born out of associations. Groups of men and women who shared ideas, challenged one another, and sharpened each other's vision. No one climbs alone. Even the most powerful leaders were shaped by the circles they chose. Their aura was magnified by those around them, and together they attracted fortunes greater than any one of them could have summoned alone. Examine your own circle. Do the people around you speak of possibility or limitation? Do they encourage your growth or criticize your ambition? Do they believe in the expansion of wealth or in the permanence of poverty? The answers will reveal the condition of your aura. To train your aura for wealth, build associations with the ambitious, the courageous, the disciplined. Seek mentors whose very presence strengthens your belief. Align yourself with partners who see beyond obstacles and into opportunities. Fill your environment with books, voices, and influences that expand your thinking. Slowly, your aura will reflect the collective power of your associations. Do not underestimate the silent effect of association. Many a man has fallen, not because he lacked talent, but because he chose companions who dimmed his fire. And many a man has risen, not because he was destined, but because he surrounded himself with men whose energy lifted him higher. Remember this law: your aura is the sum of your 5 closest influences. Choose them with care, for they are not merely shaping your present, they are commanding your future. If you walk with the poor in spirit, your aura will mirror poverty. If you walk with the rich in mind, your aura will vibrate abundance. Wealth is not solitary. It is social. It flows to groups, partnerships, alliances, and networks. Therefore, let your associations be ladders, not anchors. Guard your circle, and you guard your aura. Guard your aura, and you guard your wealth. There is a difference between those who dream of wealth and those who secure it. That difference is not talent, not luck, not even opportunity. It is persistence. The aura of most men flickers with excitement at the beginning of their journey, only to dim at the first obstacle. But the aura of the persistent man grows brighter with each trial, for he has trained himself to see defeat not as an end, but as fuel. Persistence is the habit of refusing to quit. It is the discipline of pressing forward when the road is long, when the night is dark, and when the world declares it impossible. Most people allow temporary defeat to become permanent failure. They let rejection, criticism, or delay convince them that wealth is not for them. Their aura grows heavy with resignation, and life mirrors that energy back to them. But observe the man of persistence. He is struck down, yet he rises. He is told no, yet he knocks again. He loses today, but he prepares for tomorrow. Each setback hardens his resolve until his aura becomes unshakable. Opportunities are drawn to him because persistence radiates a vibration wealth cannot ignore. Fortune favors not the brilliant, but the relentless. Understand this truth: persistence is proof of belief. A man who abandons his dream at the first sign of difficulty has revealed the weakness of his desire. His aura broadcasts uncertainty, and the universe responds accordingly. But the man who persists in the face of hardship demonstrates that his vision is stronger than his circumstances. His aura hums with certainty, and life bends to such certainty. Consider the miner who digs for gold. He strikes the earth day after day, seeing only rock. The impatient man abandons the mine, declaring it barren. But the persistent man continues, and often it is just a few feet beyond where others quit that fortune waits. Wealth is not scarce. It is hidden behind the barrier of persistence, guarding itself against the faint-hearted. Persistence also shapes character. Each time you endure a trial, your inner strength multiplies. Each time you resist the urge to quit, your aura grows brighter. Over time, you develop an energy that commands respect, for the world recognizes the man who cannot be broken. Employers, partners, investors, and even strangers trust the aura of persistence because it signals reliability. They know that aligning with such a man is safe, for he will not falter. Do not believe that persistence is blind stubbornness. It is not about clinging to failure, but about adjusting, improving, and advancing with determination. The persistent man learns from his mistakes, sharpens his methods, and tries again. His persistence is intelligent, flexible, and creative. He does not quit on the dream, even if he must alter the path. Persistence is also a shield against discouragement. The road to wealth is filled with critics, voices that say, "It cannot be done." The weak allow those voices to enter their aura, poisoning their belief. The persistent man blocks them out. He walks forward even when mocked, even when alone. His aura radiates such conviction that in time, the same critics who once doubted him are forced to admire him. Remember, persistence multiplies power. One small act, repeated daily with discipline, builds an empire over time. One determined effort, repeated against all odds, eventually bends fortune. The man who trains his aura with persistence becomes unstoppable, for no defeat can last against him. History is filled with men who achieved greatness not because they were the most talented, but because they refused to quit. Wealth bows to such men because persistence proves worthiness. Life will test you again and again, not to break you, but to see if your desire is real. Only when your aura radiates persistence will life release its treasures to you. So, train yourself in the discipline of persistence. Rise when you fall. Try again when you fail. Knock once more when the door is shut. Each act of endurance strengthens your aura until it glows with a fire that no setback can extinguish. For the truth is, eternal talent may open the door, but only persistence keeps it open. And wealth belongs not to those who start with excitement, but to those who finish with endurance. There is a hidden law of wealth that few men recognize. Many chase money with restless hands, complain when it slips away, and grumble about what they lack, never realizing that their aura is broadcasting scarcity. Wealth does not dwell where ingratitude reigns. It is repelled by complaining hearts, but it is magnetized to those who live in gratitude. Gratitude is not merely a moral virtue, it is a spiritual law. It multiplies whatever it touches and transforms your aura into a beacon of abundance. Think carefully when you complain what vibration fills your aura. You radiate lack. You tell the universe, "I do not have enough." And life, always obedient, mirrors that energy by giving you more lack. But when you express gratitude, even for the smallest blessing, you radiate abundance. You declare, "I already have more than enough." And life, faithful to your vibration, responds by giving you more. Gratitude shifts your focus. Instead of fixating on what is missing, you become aware of what is present. That awareness breeds confidence, peace, and optimism, all essential fuels for success. The man who constantly sees only problems drains his aura with heaviness. But the man who sees opportunity in every difficulty, who gives thanks even for struggle because it sharpens him, fills his aura with light. Wealth is drawn to that light. Understand this: gratitude is not passive acceptance. It is active recognition. It does not mean you sit idle, content with little. It means you move forward with joy, thankful for the journey, certain of the harvest ahead. Gratitude gives you strength to persist because you stop measuring how far you have to go and start celebrating how far you have come. That celebration energizes your aura with power that others can feel. Consider two men starting the same business. One spends his days complaining about lack of capital, slow progress, and unhelpful partners. His aura radiates frustration, and people avoid him. The other man, though facing the same obstacles, is thankful for every client, every lesson, every small victory. He radiates hope, and people feel uplifted in his presence. Who will attract more support, more investors, more loyal customers? The answer is obvious. Gratitude is not just a spiritual law. It is a practical force that shapes real-world outcomes. Gratitude also protects you from envy. When you are thankful for your own blessings, you no longer waste energy coveting the fortune of others. Envy dims the aura, gratitude brightens it. The envious man radiates bitterness, and fortune avoids him. The grateful man radiates contentment, and fortune seeks him out to expand his joy. To practice gratitude is simple, but it requires discipline. Begin and end each day by listing the blessings you already possess. Speak them aloud, write them down, feel them deeply. Thank the unseen hand of life for the air you breathe, the mind you think with, the opportunities still waiting ahead. Train yourself to give thanks not only when riches arrive, but long before. Gratitude advances faith in action. It declares to the universe, I trust that abundance is already mine, and such faith makes your aura magnetic. Gratitude also expands relationships. No man rises alone, and those who help you along the way must feel valued. A word of sincere thanks strengthens bonds, builds loyalty, and attracts more support. Gratitude costs nothing, yet it enriches everyone it touches. A leader who radiates gratitude will always attract more followers than one who radiates pride or ingratitude. Never forget, the wealth you seek is not just measured in gold or possessions. True wealth includes peace of mind, health of body, and harmony in relationships. Gratitude multiplies all these forms of wealth, for it focuses your aura on abundance in every area of life. The spiritual law of gratitude is unbreakable. Complain, and you will attract more reasons to complain. Give thanks, and you will attract more reasons to give thanks. The world responds to the energy you radiate, and gratitude is the highest vibration of abundance. So train your aura to dwell in gratitude. Be thankful in advance for the riches on their way. Be thankful for the struggles that shape you. Be thankful for every person who aids your journey. When your aura glows with gratitude, wealth has no choice but to come. For gratitude is the key that unlocks the gates of abundance. You have now seen the 7 keys: clarity of desire, mastery of thought, control of emotion, the power of visualization, the law of association, the discipline of persistence, and the spiritual law of gratitude. These are not separate laws, but parts of one great truth. Your aura, the unseen energy you carry, is the magnet that draws your fortune. Most men chase wealth with empty hands, never realizing that wealth first begins in the unseen. It is born in thought, shaped by emotion, fueled by persistence, amplified by association, and sealed by gratitude. Money is only the shadow. The aura is the substance. If your aura radiates doubt, you will attract lack. If it radiates confidence, you will attract opportunity. If it radiates fear, you will attract obstacles. If it radiates gratitude, you will attract abundance. Wealth is not something you pursue. It is something you allow by becoming the kind of person to whom it naturally flows. So I say to you, guard your thoughts, discipline your emotions. Choose your companions wisely, persist until the walls fall, and above all, live in gratitude. Train your aura each day as carefully as a warrior sharpens his blade. For the man who commands his aura commands his destiny. Do not wait for fortune to smile upon you. Create the magnet within, and fortune will have no choice but to find you. Your wealth is already waiting. Train your aura and claim it.